a cousin's project.
Yeah. Okay. By the way, Lisa's my cousin, and we're not gonna say who's the elder one.
Thank you.
Okay. Okay, let's begin.
Yep.
Hi everyone. I'm John, health coach. My name's John, by the way, and Lisa's my cousin, and she's from Melbourne. I'm joining here from Macau. So, what's your time there?
At the moment, it's 5:32 p.m.
Oh, okay. So it's 2:32 p.m. here. We are 3 hours behind. Okay. So let's talk about, okay, I'm going to introduce, yeah, I call her Lisa Jie or Lisa Jie. Okay, so I want to introduce my cousin because she's going to talk more about skincare. I'm going to talk more on health. And Lisa is an international tax professional. And given her demanding job, she's very passionate about making self-care a priority. She's also a new skin entrepreneur and a skincare enthusiast. All right. So let's begin. Let me ask you some questions. So this live, ask, we will bounce questions off each other, and she will ask me some questions. I will ask her some questions. Okay. So Lisa said,
Absolutely.
what is actually skincare? Skincare. Okay. Is it very important?
Yeah. So I'll start with some basics. Like, when we talk about skin, sometimes we don't realize that it's actually the human body's largest organ, right?
Mhm.
It's the first line of defense in our immune system. It's the physical barrier that keeps bacteria and germs at bay. So when we talk about skincare, it's actually a holistic experience, both inside and outside. Now, but
Okay.
when we talk about skincare, quite often we're actually referring to your external care. How do you give love and care to your skin? And it usually involves like from cleansing all the way to like moisturizing and nourishing your skin.
Okay. Nourishing
So
the
it
skin.
so
That's
so
good.
so to your question, is it important? Yeah, it is very important. It's part of what our topic is today, self-care, right? So skincare is
Mm-hmm.
actually one of the, important things within the self-care category.
Okay. So, okay, then how do you take care of your skin?
Yeah. Thank you for asking.
You have nice, beautiful skin.
Thank you. Yeah, so it's really about forming good habits and a good routine. If I want to help people structure or think about how they should be doing their skincare, it's have a daily routine and also like have a weekly routine. So when we talk about like daily skincare, you can further break it down into two schedules. You have your AM skincare, like your morning,
Okay.
and then you have your PM skincare, which is more of your nighttime. So when you talk about your AM or morning routine, normally it would involve like cleansing, toning, serum, moisturizer, and sunscreen. So there's a few steps there. But of those that I mentioned, I think that the key one is that you got to cleanse your skin. Your skin have to be clean and moisturized and SPF in the morning.
Okay.
In the evening, it's also going through that same routine where you cleanse, you tone, serum, and moisturizer. You don't put sunscreen at night because you're gonna go to bed, right? You're gonna sleep. So normally at night, when it comes to the moisturizer, it's more of the restorative type or more luxurious or restorative type lah. Means like really help to replenish and to repair when you go to bed at night
Hmm,
when your body is resting. Yeah.
that's good. Because I think,
So,
yeah, anything. Because I think my own experience last time when I was younger, like when I was a teenager, I only know how to cleanse, and because I don't like to feel like the oily part, so I try to cleanse it like squeaky clean, and I don't tone, I don't moisturize, I don't put serum, I don't nourish the skin. So actually,
yeah,
that my skin break out even more because my skin will produce even more sebum, more oil, and then
that's right.
I get dirty even faster. So yeah, I thought like skincare just to make your face clean, but you have to do like additional steps to moisturize, to I think take some steps to take care of it, right?
Yeah, Absolutely. So what I was talking about, it's more of the daily routine, right? Like I said, forming good habits.
Mm-hmm.
But what is also important is a weekly skincare.
Weekly. Okay.
Yeah, weekly would involve like a facial mask and like facial treatments. So those are more like targeted treatment for
Oh,
the skin. Yeah. So maybe it's my turn to ask you now some questions.
okay.
All right. So I always talk about skincare, right? And you always talk about health and food because you're, John health coach,
I
right?
have
So,
my cert here.
yeah. And, so it all revolve around the theme of self-care. So in your opinion, do you think taking care of yourself is selfish? Do you think it is vain? Because we know, especially like nowadays, people are very busy and they sometimes tend to put themselves first, right? And they say, "Ah, you're very mafan lah, to take care of yourself." What what
Mm.
what do you think, John, about that?
For me, I have like a very good statement. I always tell my clients like you can't pour from an empty cup. So if you're always portraying a depleted, a burnout version of yourself, you are actually
Yeah,
doing a disservice to the people around you. You mean you love your family, you want to take care of your family, but you are doing a disservice actually. And no one wants to be around a depleted version of yourself. And or maybe even worse, you start to be angry and you feel irritated all the time. You start to be resentful. Yeah, because you find that you are always giving, and you don't have you want people to give into you, to pour energy to you, but you don't. Sometimes you can't expect people to do that, right? So taking care of
yeah,
yourself is one of the ways for you to like fill up your cup first. And then actually, when you present a better version of yourself, you're actually giving the best gift to your loved ones. And it's actually
absolutely.
selfless to take care of yourself first, not selfish. Like when you go on a plane, they'll say, put on your oxygen mask first before assisting others. Because if you don't have oxygen, right, you can't even save the people around you, even though you want to save your son, your husband or whatever, right? If you
Yeah.
don't put on your oxygen mask, you cannot present the best version of yourself out there. Yeah.
Oh, I love that answer. I
So
love
it's
that answer.
selfless instead of selfish.
Yeah, and also because when you do self-care, like you feel a lot better about yourself, isn't it? Right?
Mm-hmm.
Right? You also boost up your confidence. Like you say, it's a matter of like take care of yourself first, then only you can actually be a service to others.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so another question for you, John. So I know a lot of people they want to lose weight, right? Your
Mm.
health coach, John, as I said before. Like, what is the best diet to follow? And hi
I
everyone, we've got so many people joining today, John.
Oh,
Got a
okay.
few a few fans
Okay, hi
and
from
friends.
Macau and Melbourne. Okay. So yeah, people always ask me, I want to lose weight, I want to 减肥, like what's the best diet? Then they want to find what is the one thing, what is the one magic pill, what is the one step, what's the one food they can eat to melt the fat. So there are actually no such thing. Of course, there are some things that can assist you, but in the end, right,
Yeah.
if let's say that there are 7 billion people on this planet Earth, so there are actually 7 billion different types of diet in on this planet Earth because each individual is unique. Yeah. So actually, study shows that 95% of people fail their diets, or you can say the diets fail them because diets are not meant to last. If let's say, okay, I'm on diet today, so actually, when are you off diet? If there's an on, there will be an off. So I think it doesn't make sense because you can follow a diet strictly. You can calculate all the calories. You can use the Fitness Pal app to track everything. Yes, you can lose
Mm,
weight, but is it sustainable?
mm,
What's more important is your body doesn't really care if you lose weight if you lose, let's say, 5 kg in 2 months, or you lose 5 kg in 2 years and you don't gain them back. You can lose 5 kg in 2 months and you can rebound during Christmas and Chinese New Year. You say, okay, let me
mm-hmm.
go off diet a while and I'll start my diet again. So this is the cycle I see every time. Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Now let me ask you. You talk about this now. I was quite interested about the skincare routine, right? It sounds a bit. There's a lot of things to do, and do you use gadgets? Because nowadays I see there's a lot of gadgets going on. Like some
Yeah.
will help stimulate the collagen because it's warm and it's like vibrating, and some it's like
Yeah. I
some.
want to show you.
Yeah.
So
Okay,
yeah,
this
this
one.
is
All the time. What's this for?
so this is my favorite gadget, John.
Uh-huh.
Okay. So, okay, I'll answer your question because a lot of people say, "Hey, must use gadget meh? Must meh? So mafan." Same question lah, very mafan every time. Okay. So I always tell people like, "Hey, I mean, yes, it's an option, right? It's always an option whether you want to do something or not. But
Mm-hmm.
for me, I'm a strong advocate for gadgets because I've seen and I've experienced that they do work. And if you talk about skincare, you talk to like consumers nowadays, they want products that work and they want benefits that last. All
Mm.
right. So not just like today do, then tomorrow forget, then like your skin like back to like not nice or whatever.
Yeah.
And if we talk about cleansing, for example, there are people who have asked me also, hey, why can't we just do like a double cleanse? Okay, it's a very famous term. When you go for
Oh.
facial, they'll do a double cleanse for you. But experiments have shown that the dirt is not completely removed, even if you just do like a double cleanse. But with using the right device, you can achieve very good results. So, I mean, thanks for the intro earlier. You said that I'm a new skin entrepreneur. And my journey was because I was using new skin for past 5 years. I've seen results over time, and actually, the results are pretty instant. It takes like, for some people, it takes about 10 days, it takes about a few months. So, it really depends. So, like with the right device, you can achieve very good results. And for me, like I always talk about this one because it's like your step one to cleaning your face. If your face is not clean, whatever you pile on your face later is gonna go to waste. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So, step one, I always tell people, please make sure your cleansing device is the right one. And this is made of silicone grade. Some people like to use the brush. Brush is very unhygienic. A lot of germs are stuck in the brush, and the brush is also very what do you call it? Very harsh on the skin.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
bought the brush before last time in Korea, and it turns out,
no
like
good
there's
lah.
some black stuck on it, and then I threw it off.
Good. I'm glad you shared your experience. Yeah.
And
So
then,
this one, right? Sorry.
so when you talk
And
about
then what happened?
the gadget that comes to my mind is like those last time those. I mean the metal thing where you used to squeeze the blackhead. That's the only gadget I can think of when I think about gadget.
Yeah, that one very analog, that one. You have to
Yeah.
use your own effort to like squeeze out the thing, right?
Yeah.
And that's what our parents used to do for each other, I think. So this one, John, it's called the Lumi Spa, and it's backed by scientific research. All right, it's 4 years of R&D, and actually, you'll be quite surprised for such a gadget like that. It took about more than 100 scientists and product engineer designers to do it. It's crazy,
Hmm.
but they say within 2 minutes you get 7 benefits.
Okay.
So, I mean, my personal opinion is that if you, between like gadget or no gadget, and given that we are now like in the 21st century, technology plays such a big role. And if it can enhance your effectiveness, I think I will go for gadget. That's
Hmm.
my, that's
Why
my,
not, right?
why not? For
Hmm.
sure.
Okay. And I just want one question about the Lumi Spa. Can you change the brush head? Like sometimes it get
Yeah.
worn off or okay.
Oh, yeah, I'm glad you asked that question. So this Lumi Spa head, right? They call it, it's like the Rhoda, you know. It's
Uh-huh.
like because it's rubber ma, right?
Uh-huh.
It's silicone lah. So after a while it get worn out, right? So the recommended usage is that you're supposed to change this head every 3 months.
Oh, okay.
So it's detachable.
Oh,
And it's
okay.
very innovative because once I take this out, I have another head that I can plug it on, and then that works uh, as an eye treatment gadget already.
Oh, okay. That's very
It's
good.
very innovative, yeah. So this is the cleansing device, and it's got different heads, different heads. So this one's for gentle, and there's other one where the design is slightly different or the grooves are slightly different.
Mm-hmm.
And those are like for like very oily skin, normally like for men like yourself. We talk about like sebum, right? So
Uh-huh.
you need something that's not so gentle but more firm. It's a firmer head.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So my next question for you, right? People
Okay.
say facial treatment like mask and stuff like that. So like, is it really necessary? Because you say, right, the first step is to clean, to make sure your skin is clean, then you can absorb whatever nutrients. But just a normal like serum or moisturizing and toning, is that enough, or why do we need an extra face mask like once a while?
Yeah.
Isn't it too much?
No, not too much. Never
Okay.
too much. So, um, now I'll give a bit, I'll just backtrack a little bit too, because I always like to give big picture when I talk, when I address questions, right? So now our skin start to show signs of aging from 25 years old onwards.
Oh, wait.
Yeah. So how old are you?
Um, I'm already 30 plus.
Yeah. So for those who don't know my age, I'm older than John some more. Okay.
Okay.
So now our daily routines, when I was talking about like your cleansing, your toning, serum and moisturizer, actually those are basic skincare. Now, when you ask me that question, is it necessary to do facial treatment like facial masks, etc., right? Those are in the category of your routine enhancers. It enhances your basic routine. So routine enhancers will address your skin concerns like aging, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Help you to achieve the skin that you want. So that's why people go for like facial spa treatment if they have acne problems, and if they want to look more rejuvenated, look younger, they'll go for those treatment where the massage or the method of doing it will help blood circulation and lymphatic drainage. Yeah, this
Okay.
one you cannot do. Some of this you cannot do every day. That's why it's more like I would say like a weekly routine. So like
Oh, okay.
for new skin, for example, we have another gadget called the galvanic spa. And that one we call a small but mighty machine or tool, okay? And that one you use it on a weekly basis. You use it 2 times or up to 3 times in a week. That one's for firming, for lymphatic drainage. That is also to help with blood circulation as well. Yeah. So it has got different function, like your daily skincare routine versus like your weekly skincare routine.
Okay, okay. So now I
Yeah.
understand. What's the word again?
Okay.
Something enhancer. Um,
I call it a routine enhancer.
routine enhancer. Okay, okay.
Okay, John. Now my turn to ask you some questions. All right, we were talking about, you were saying like no to diet, right? But what about for those who really want to lose weight? Like, what's your thoughts on that?
Mm. Actually, it's sad that people think that in order to lose weight, you have to go to the gym more, you have to eat less. I think it's not that simple, lah. We are such complex human beings, and I can't treat you like a lab mice. Just ask you to go do certain things because it has worked for me and it will work for you. No, there's no such thing, lah. Everyone's different. So actually, for a lot of my clients, including myself, I used to have a very bad relationship with food. So I think the first step that I always ask my clients or anyone, right, to take a look at your relationship with food. It's quite weird, right? Why I talk about relationship with food, it's not like pak tor, you can just hold hands with food, right? But I give an example of a bad relationship with food, lah. We always have this diet dogma, like we have to this food is off limits, this is good food, this is bad bad food. So bad foods you can't eat. It's bad. You will like make you fat, make you gain weight. And good foods like let's say kale is a superfood. So or something like fruits you can eat as much as you want. Okay, so but in reality, right? Okay, that's like an ideal hypothetical world where you don't have bad foods, you don't have Chinese New Year, you don't have all those things. You don't have. You only eat super healthy, clean food. You are like a saint. You have like a halo around your head. Actually, there's no such thing because we live in a world. We food are actually meant for enjoyment as well. So let's say bad
Absolutely.
food like fried chicken. Okay, I can't eat fried chicken, but actually I'm subconsciously I'm building like a lot of things for you to be aware that you cannot eat fried chicken. And once you can try your best effort to avoid eating bad foods, but once you start to eat a bit of that like bad
Bad
foods,
food.
you will start to binge and you will feel guilty, and then the cycle starts again lah. You restrict yourself again for some time until who knows when, and then you start again. So example of a good relationship with food is you just eat the food because it's just food. There's no good and bad. You don't give any moral value to the food, and you learn to listen to your body when it's enough, because that is the thing that when we are so when we follow diets too much, we tend to forget how to listen to our body. Your body knows when to tell you it is enough. Like when do you crave nourishment instead of just enjoyment? Sometimes, yeah, we need food to distress, to relax, but you can just do it without doing it excessively, right? So yeah,
Yeah.
we don't put any moral values to the food. And because when you say certain food is good, right, you will feel good. And when you eat certain bad food, you yourself will feel bad because you put moral values to the food. So
I
you're
feel
actually
guilty.
guilty. And then you force yourself to go on a stricter diet or you exercise even more. So that is actually a very bad relationship with food. That's the example. And yeah, so from then on, then people will start to really look into the nourishment, maybe add some workout, read food labels, how to do that, and etc. So that's one of the way where can become a sustainable, healthy habits.
So what do you really educate them, John? Like in return in regards to your education with your clients or people that come and look for you. What is it you're really teaching them?
I'm teaching them habit change. I'm actually we need to have how to call that. We need to have, of course, we need to have knowledge. We need to know what food is good, what food is not so healthy. There's no such bad food. There's food that are nutrient dense and less nutrient dense. Yes, both have their purpose, both have the benefits. And when I also teach them to build on habits that last, I'll teach them the food part and the habits part, so that
Right.
the thing can become together, like your inner wisdom and your outer wisdom. Your inner wisdom is where you learn to listen to your body, you learn to know when it's too much, you know how to listen to your bloating issues, all those kind of things. And your outer wisdom is to find out those sneaky ingredients in the food, like sugar, inflammatory oils, and a lot of all those things. Yeah.
Interesting. Now, so you are, I said it many times, John Health Coach. So what
Uh-huh.
is a health coach?
So for health coach is basically master of habit change, because a lot of people, we know what to do, we know we should do this, do that. People will tell us, your mom will say, do this exercise, it will firm up your glutes, do this, eat less of this. Okay, we know what to do, but doing it is another story. Okay, having information doesn't equal transformation. So a health coach is someone
Wow.
that holds your hand to see, because I know what you want to achieve, and I'm not like pushing you towards it, but I offer the right support and accountability, because accountability is very important when it comes to like breaking your bad habits and building new habits on top of one another. So I
Yeah.
focus on small changes, one step at a time, so that your launch pad changes a degree. Let's say your launch pad is this. Maybe you just change like 5 degree, you will be heading to a totally different direction. So
Sounds
habits
like
change.
gymnastics, Sir John.
Yes, gymnastics. Yeah. So habit change is very, very important. important. And
Yeah.
obviously, a 25-year-old guy have a totally different lifestyle than a mom of four kids, right? So everyone is different, and that's how health coach like comes and like have a very unique relationship with my client to
Mm,
support them and to help them along their way, to hold their hand and to tell them like they can do it, because people are quite fed up about losing and gaining weight back again. So a lot of people they
right.
actually give up on themselves. That's what I see a lot of times. Like I don't even want to try another new way of losing weight because I know that it will end up good, but it will end up worse than before after that. Yeah.
I see. Awesome.
Yeah. And yeah, actually health coach also because it's more to habit change as well. So actually we touch a lot on like their relationship with their family, their how is their relationship with their finance. And I mean I'm not a financial advisor, but how you do one thing is how you do the rest. If you treat your health, if you don't really put priority on your health, and
Mm,
actually a lot of the way you treat your health, you can be reflected in the way you treat your family, you treat your finances, you treat your food. A lot of things are related because we are holistic human being. You can't like just
exactly.
one thing. So everything is together. So
Yeah.
maybe you start to eat healthy, you start to feel energized, and then you have time to like go to the park with your kids, and then everything will just keep snowballing to a even overall a lifestyle change. Yeah.
Mm. I really like the things that you say because even like when I do like the new skin entrepreneurship and looking at skincare, like when you ask me the first question, what is skincare? I do believe also a holistic experience, right?
Yes.
It's not just externally, it's internally as well.
Mhm. Yeah. I think when the change come from inside rather than comes from outside external change, then the true change will happen because that change will last.
Mm,
Yeah.
very
So I
good.
think it's my turn to ask you some questions.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, besides the
In,
product that you use, right? What other
mm,
factors have, because you talk about skincare, we have to take care of our
yeah,
skin and it boosts
sure.
your confidence as well, right?
Yeah, yeah. For me, my personal transformation for my skin, like from good to better and great,
Great.
it's
Okay.
great. I'm sorry. It's using the. It just said that I'm on low power mode suddenly. So it's actually from a few lifestyle changes as well. But just the first thing I say it's hydrate. You definitely got to make sure you drink a lot of water. I
Okay.
think most skincare enthusiasts. I'm a skincare enthusiast. I'm not an expert. you know, they will say hydrate, hydrate, hydrate. Make sure you drink lots of
Mm-hmm.
water. Make sure you have enough sleep. Make sure you have the right proper food. Right, like you talk about a balanced meal, a good meal and exercise as well. So all of these factors do play into having better skin. And for me, my personal experience and story is that I've also taken supplements,
Mm-hmm.
which are rich in antioxidants or omega-3 oil. That has really actually improved my skin tremendously as well. Yeah. So I guess skincare is personal. Like you said, right? Also like when it comes to a person's diet or how they want to achieve their
Mm-hmm.
ideal health state. So in the same way like skincare, I think we need to go with what works for each person's skin type and also like their age as well.
Mm.
Yeah. Skin type, skin condition. Sometimes like we have sensitive skin or dry
Yeah, yeah.
skin. Some is like oily and combination. Some is very acne prone. So
Mm.
really, yes, I think for some people who, if you haven't, let's say, really taken care of your skin, like do talk to a skincare enthusiast or like myself, or or
Mhm.
even like seek out information. Otherwise, also see a dermatologist. I would always encourage people, if you have been suffering like skin problems for a long time, it's always good to see a dermatologist as well.
Yeah, I agree. There's no one size fits all. Like what works for me doesn't might not work for you. Same with health too. Yeah, there's
Mm,
no you cannot put everyone like there's no like cookie cutter you can apply the same method to everyone and expect the same results, right?
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. So the other thing when you talk about like besides the products I use, actually most of my, I mean like I just want to talk about like the products I use, right? And I was just comparing to some people like what they try to do to achieve like I'm talking more like from maintaining youthfulness aspect lah, right? From an anti-aging aspect. So I know that I don't know why sometimes I'll get like feeds that teach you how to do like what facial yogas. Don't know, like you have to like you have to stick out your tongue lah. You have to like do different funny things. Because they say like those sort of technique actually help with blood flow. It
Mm-hmm.
helps to stimulate cell renewal. But I was thinking, actually, you don't have to go through that trouble of doing that, and then you're using your bare hands to touch here, touch there. It's better to, from a hygiene perspective, it's actually better using a device to achieve the
Okay.
result much more efficiently and effectively. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, talking about device, I had a device. I don't know what's it called. It's also silicone based, something like that. The blue device starts with M. I think Mirai, something like that.
Okay.
And the one thing I don't like about it, you cannot change the head. So yeah,
Oh.
it might be great for you, but then there's no like the longevity of it. I can already see black
Mm.
spots there. I know
Oh,
like
no good.
silicone right yeah, right now like last time you used the brush and it's like more coarse and it's dirty, but now it's silicone, they say they can't harbor bacteria, but then I still see like like fungus, not fungus, maybe some black spots which is a little bit icky. But
Yeah.
yeah. So because
So,
there's no longevity, a lot of products they don't think of the longevity. They just think about sales. Okay, I know how good it is, but they don't think about the longevity, like the after, like how do you want clients to like come back and buy from you again? They don't think
yeah,
about that.
yeah, for sure. I mean,
Mm.
like this one is an investment I bought 2 years ago. I'm still using it. But I will change the head lah. So that's why it's hygienic, it's clean,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
effective. Mm.
I think mine is already like more than 2 years.
Okay, Nama, you can get one from me later.
Okay.
All
Okay.
right. Do I have any? I think I might have a last question, right, for you, John,
Okay.
before we call it a call today.
Mhm.
Um, so I asked you about being a health coach. This is the last question. I think it comes up a lot because we're talking about like a healthy weight and then like fats and oil, right? So people
Mm,
like what is your um, advice or explanation about oil and healthy fats?
yeah, I always tell my clients, right?
Like they say,
Actually,
減啲油啊，減啲油，唔好
yeah,
食
yeah,
咁多
yeah.
油, that sort of thing.
The
Like,
fat,
yeah, lessen your
uh,
oil.
the fat phobia trend has really been there about 50 years ago. Like I share a lot of detail in my YouTube series. I have a YouTube channel and there's a series called Yao Lei Zhan Ho. It's like a pun lah. It's actually Yao Lei Zhan Ho. It's good to have you, but I put the Yao is
Oh,
Yao Yao Lei Zhan Ho. So it's a pun. It's a wordplay there. So in English, I just call oil be there for you. So it's also another wordplay. Okay. So I have a series there. I explain a lot on like a lot of how to say a lot of misunderstanding on oil because there's a researcher last time they were like finding what is the cause that cause heart disease and they were like they already pinpoint that it's either sugar or fat or maybe both or a combination of some other way and then he started like say saturated fat is the cause that will block your arteries and this and a lot of things and because of that they started to do a lot of they push heavily on vegetable oil, which is not saturated fat. It's called polyunsaturated fat. And that's it.
Right.
Actually, there's a lot of economical and political reason behind it. When you see something that is marketed, especially Coca, like let's say example, Coke, you don't see people marketing like putting a big billboards on like broccoli and carrots and chicken, right? Just normal chicken or eggs. You don't see big billboard like eat more eggs, no. But you will see big billboard like Pepsi. They ask Britney Spears and Beyonce to do in the to appear in a Pepsi commercial, right? Britney Spears
And Kendall Jenner.
or Kendall Jenner, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
A lot because these are actually very healthy, even though I know that it's not good as it's loaded with sugar, but actually subconsciously it's already embedded in our brain. Like sometimes when you're hot, the first thing you think of having a can of soda, Pepsi or Coca-Cola. So
Right.
I think the advertising is they put a lot of money in advertising because they know that it's not good. So okay, so come back to the fat, right? So natures don't make bad fat. Factories do. So what are like natural fats? Like fats from pork, beef, duck, they are all natural fat. And olive oil, they are naturally fatty as well, coconut oil as well. So the corn or like those factory heavily refined oils are canola, soybean oil, what else I wrote here, grapeseed oil, rice bran oil. Those are actually waste product from their industry, and they try to extract as much oil as possible, where they use a lot of
Right.
chemicals to extract the oil and refine
Right.
the oil so it's edible again. So
Yeah.
actually very scary, like how we are easily swayed by the media, or how certain scientific studies are very biased and very skewed towards what they really want to achieve. So
Mm.
to explanation, I try to let people be aware actually like what are you actually eating, because a lot of
Yeah.
those oil, they are high in omega-6, which is like the opposite of omega-3, like you mentioned about fish oil, right? So
Yeah, for the
omega-6
skin.
actually for omega-6 is actually one of the problem right now, where we have too much omega-6, and this causes a lot of inflammation and all our non-communicable disease where you cannot catch from each other, right? Like high blood pressure, cholesterol, all these things, right, are because of our bodies being is under the inflammatory response. So
Right.
chronic inflammation is one of the number one killer right now, silent killer. So
Right.
yeah, so eating the
And
oil,
does that lead to visceral fats, when they talk about organ fats? Like, are
yes,
those
because
the things that actually lead to the buildup of visceral fat?
actually it's not like exactly like this is the cause, because omega-6 by itself is not bad, but the imbalance
Mm.
6 and 3, that shift is that really like put your body off balance, and your body will start to produce your body will be in an inflammatory response where cholesterol are all high up, and of course sugar plays a big role of putting your body in an inflammatory response. So a lot of all these things, they might not be like they don't correlate exactly, but they do play an effect.
Right. Oh, that's really, really interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Okay.
think we have a lot of late joiners,
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
but we'll be putting this up as a recording. So,
Yeah. And I think we can put it on IGTV, and I'll try to, yeah, you can, then I will send it to you. So
sure.
yeah, if you have any questions, just ask. You can just comment below, and yeah, reach out to us. You can follow our Instagram pages, and if you have any other questions regarding skincare, like um, I don't know how to use this gadget, or I've bought this and now it's in my closet for 10 years. No, so these kind of things you can ask. Cause my cousin Lisa, she's very knowledgeable in this part, because you can see from her skin, okay, you know that she's not really, she's walking the talk, yeah. And
Mm.
you can follow my YouTube channel to learn more about um but I focus on teaching people to make better informed health decisions. So but my channel is basically more in Chinese, because I cater a lot of those for Chinese speaking community, because the Chinese speaking community is still under the influence of fat is bad. You have to eat, you have to cook without fat, those kind of things. So I
Right.
think my niche is more towards that part. Yeah.
Okay. Maybe one day I can be your translator to English.
Yeah. Or maybe you can speak Cantonese.
我覺得可以講廣東話嘅。
But of course, my channel have like both English and Chinese subtitles. Yeah. Oh yeah, one of your
Oh,
friends.
yeah, Xiangling. She's so cute. Anyway, she asked this question. Older generations goes, oh my God, your kids don't drink Milo before going to school.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what we thought,
yeah.
right? Last time I was young, like it's breakfast for champions. Like you have to drink Milo to feel energy. Actually, the kids are on sugar rush instead of being energized. They're all like sugar high and they are crazy. They're running around. So that's actually breakfast for champions.
Yeah. So that's
Yeah.
not good, right? I mean, the,
That's
the content is mainly sugar,
Yeah, the
isn't
content
it?
is mainly sugar, but I don't really say that there's not it's a bad food. If you want to drink Milo, yes, but there's certain ways to combine your food where your blood sugar don't spike up and down all the time. So yeah, if you want to enjoy Milo, go ahead and
Mm.
make smarter food decisions so that your blood sugar remains stable, you feel great, you don't have big spikes and big dips. Then that's really very good. That's why
So
my kids
cute.
are.
All right. Anyone else have questions before we call it a call, right?
Yeah. Today is Saturday. Is it summer in Melbourne right now?
It's spring over here, John.
Oh, spring. Okay. Oh, it's autumn over
So, but yeah, but Melbourne's weather is funny because on some days it's like really nice and sunny, and some days it's really rainy and cold, so it changes. Yeah,
here. Oh,
very
do
temperamental.
you have snow?
Snow will have to maybe travel a bit further out, like nearer to the mountains.
Oh,
Then there will be snow in winter.
oh, that's
Yeah.
nice. Very temperamental.
Okie dokes. So it was a great chat,
Okay.
John. It was a great Q&A. We'll catch up again.
Yeah.
And
What?
and thanks everyone for joining.
Thank you, everyone. I will have this video on our IGTV so you can watch the replay.
Okay,
Bye bye.
bye.